Today we are at Ru'ya Career Fair. 𝐃𝐨𝐬 Times is interviewing one of many people's favorite company, Amazon. I have with me Bikram, who is the HR director at Amazon Middle East and Africa. Well, 13 years at the company.
Yeah.
This is something that I want to start with.
Sure.
Tell me, how did you survive that long? Tell me more about the experience.
Sure. I think first of all, it's amazing to be here at the career fair. I just saw the Amazon booth and came from there. It's very nice how we have increased our representation in these career fairs over the year and become such a big employer. And that's very encouraging for not just me, but the whole team which is there at the career fair. So thank you so much for this and the career fair as well. Yeah. Well, 13 years at Amazon, it seems a long journey, but actually when you think about it, the years just flew. It doesn't seem like 13 years per se, right? Every year I felt I was working on a different problem statement, different challenge. I started my Amazon journey right out of my MBA school, and I joined a team which was supposed to lead our fulfillment network, the operations team. And we were supposed to launch the India fulfillment network. And then the India launch got delayed for a year, but guess what? Like I went on a training. I went on a training to US. I sat through fulfillment centers there. I went on a training to UK, and I came back and the team reached out saying, hey, there's a job in university recruiting. The person left, and can you step in?
Yeah.
I said, yeah, let's do it.
Why not?
So I did that for 6 months. I did university relations, came back into my fulfillment role, went back to launch India fulfillment operations as part of that team. And then our fulfillment centers kept on growing. But I was always on the ops side. I was an outbound manager, inbound op manager, just the thrill of working in a fulfillment setup, working through a big team. And then I was looking for a change. So I thought that maybe I should get into product management. So I was interviewing for roles in product management, but this team reached out to me and said, well, we saw you did that stint in university relations and you did the hiring piece for us. We liked you. Do you want to explore a job in HR?
Nice.
I said, okay, let's do that. So I jumped into HR. So 3 years into Amazon, brand new to HR, never did that in my life. No background, no MBA, nothing in HR, and I stepped into HR and I started doing that, and then started supporting teams in India, and I did that for 4-5 years. And then as I felt like I should get to my next opportunity, there was this role in Middle East, and I thought like this is such an interesting space. We have launched Amazon in the region. There's a lot to learn from the teams here, and I decided to take up that role. So in 2020, I came and stepped into this role. So if you look at the journey, it's been 13 years, but I feel like I worked in 3 or 4 different functions in 2-3 geographies. And when you look at that whole piece together, I just feel like every year has been exciting and challenging. And I think large part of that challenge stems down to the people you work with at Amazon.
Nice.
The people you work with are very inspiring. You learn from them every day.
So saying for 13 years says that this
like, I mean, otherwise you cannot, like,
exactly.
Right? At some stage you're going to say like, what am I doing? But when every meeting teaches you something new, and when you work with individuals which are really talented, which are all there, willing to move the organization forward, innovate, learn from the best, you just stay there. Yeah. You just like keep on building on that.
Talking about hiring, HR and all this, if someone today is applying to Amazon, what are the key skills that you look for in candidates, whether this will hire them or not? Yeah.
So I think the hiring process is actually one of the processes which I'm a really big fan of at Amazon.
Okay.
When I joined, I went through it from my campus, and it was very structured. I really found it to be super thoughtful. And when I came into Amazon and I started looking at that, I found it to be very inspiring. So we do look at, I mean, like when you interview for a role at Amazon, you would be looked at for your functional traits, right? So you're looking at a marketing role. You'd be interviewed for your functional traits in marketing. You're being interviewed for a role on the category management side. You look at your functional traits in category management. But besides that, a large portion of the hiring is based on leadership. And what do we look at when we look at leadership, right? The single biggest thing is customer centricity.
Okay.
Amazon inspires to be the world's most customer centric organization. And that only comes through its employees being customer centric. So what we're looking for in the interview process is, can the person work backwards from the customer requirements? Can the person optimize for customer pain points?
Think customer first.
That's the biggest piece that we are looking for in any interviewing process. The second big thing, we are looking at the ability to innovate. The technology keeps on evolving. Like we were not talking about GenAI like 4 years back, 6 years back. So when new trends emerge in the industry, it's important that your employee workforce is able to adapt to those, learn, imbibe, and then go ahead and do something big about it. So it's very important to hire talent, which is having the ability to innovate. And a key leadership principle at Amazon is learn and be curious. So when we are interviewing, we are looking for our employees, potential employees, are they showing the willingness to learn and be curious?
Talking about this, like what do you think the skills that they should focus on for the future that will stay relevant in Amazon or any other industry? Like you're in HR, so you would probably know what are the skills that they should focus on.
Yeah, I think like this response to this question keeps on evolving so fast in today's time. Today, if you look at it, GenAI is one of the biggest skills that everyone's talking about, right? Yeah. There's a lot which is happening on GenAI, and people are trying to upskill themselves. They're trying to get onto the GenAI wave. So if I have to give a response today, like what is the most important skill that you need to work on? I feel not just at Amazon, but anywhere.
Exactly.
You need to upscale and up level yourself on the GenAI skill. And that's where a part of the role is played by organization, a part of the role is played by individual, right? So no one's stopping me from like upskilling myself, going through all the content, learning, interacting with these tools, OpenAI platforms that are being launched. But at the same time, Amazon plays a big role as well. I'm proud to share that, over the last few years, we now have around 1,000 GenAI applications which are running within the company.
Nice.
Some of them are customer facing, whether it's our AWS products, whether it's a shopping experience, whether it's a customer experience. And some of them are optimizing the efficiency of our own teams. So if I look at my HR team, it seems like a human resources organization, but it's actually pivoted towards a GenAI enabled human resources organization, where each of my team members have AI learning paths. They go
every
through those,
department.
Every department. They go through those, they upskill themselves. We recently did a workshop where the whole team came together and built small tools using OpenAI platforms, which are going to optimize my team's workload over the next 6 months.
Nice.
And things that they would have taken 2 days to do, they were able to do within a few minutes.
Exactly.
And do it much better. So we sort of, rather than get worried about it, we're sort of trying to see how we embrace
how
it.
you can work with it.
How work with it, work in unison. And that's been the big push. And like at Amazon, this has been there forever. Like 15 years back, 20 years back, we started working on the ML models, AI. But I just think GenAI has been another game changer, and we're sort of on that journey. And I feel like that's the most important skill today that people need to imbibe and work on.
Beautiful. And today you are at Ru'ya Career Fair, which is focused on hiring the Emiratis into companies like Amazon and different other companies. Yeah. What is the role that Amazon today is playing in the Emiratization program?
I think we've been on this journey for the last several years. It's been very reflective and inspiring. We started by hiring Emiratis, but we very soon realized that just hiring Emiratis is not it. Like, we see a lot of companies, they have programs to hire Emiratis, and we also had an initiative, we started hiring, but then we thought that, okay, we need to think through the whole funnel. We need to look at talent acquisition, talent development, engagement, learning, career progression. So now we have steps across that whole journey. We do have a program called 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜𝐫𝐢𝐻. 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜𝐫𝐢𝐻 is our flagship initiative. Whenever we hire any of the Emiratis, we bring them through the 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜𝐫𝐢𝐻 program. What the 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜𝐫𝐢𝐻 program does is make sure that their onboarding is smooth. We assign them mentors. We help them with the managers who can coach them through in their initial phases so that they settle down at Amazon.
It's full support.
It's full support. And then, 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜𝐫𝐢𝐻 program is not just in one team. It's across our whole business. So retail, operations, different functions, they all embrace marketing, HR, they all have the same program. So, someone walking into Amazon, they get like a similar experience.
Nice.
And then once you do that, then how do you structurally work on career progression? So we have a lot of success stories where Emiratis have not just joined Amazon, but they've got promoted. They're doing bigger roles. Each of them have enabled AI career paths to upskill themselves. So they are not just looking at their own functional stream, but they're also looking at these new technologies, progress, learn AI, some of those skills. And then we also add on to the public-private partnerships. So our AWS team does workshops, which are enabling any initiatives that are run by the government. So the digital program that the government is running to upskill 5,000 Emiratis over the next 5 years, AWS is playing a big role in that. They're driving workshops, helping with that. So we do plug into public-private partnerships as well. And that's another way in which you give back not just to the Emiratis that Amazon has hired, but potentially to the Emiratis across UAE who will become
100%.
more employable over the next few years as they gain these skills and become like a stronger workforce.
They work on the
Emiratis.
employees within the company just to make sure that they are getting enough and good mentorship.
Absolutely.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't expect less from Amazon. So
Yeah, I mean, like you wouldn't expect less, but it needs dedicated focus.
100%.
It needs like, some efforts to go in initially when you're starting, because when you have Emiratis joining and they don't have role models to look up to, they initially feel like, am I in the right place? But over the last 4-5 years, we've now got a very vibrant ecosystem. We have our Emiratis who come together, collaborate. They actually wrote a doc last year on how and what we can do to further improve on Amazon's employer value proposition in the market. This was written by a team of Emiratis, and we took those actions and implemented. So now we are at a stage where the flywheel is spinning, and there are Emiratis who are contributing towards hiring and enabling other Emiratis. But yeah, it's been a journey.
And they are in the leadership role now.
Absolutely. It's been a journey. Yeah.
Vikram, thank you so much. I want to wish you the best of luck at Amazon and at Ru'ya and for another 13 years at Amazon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. This was a pleasure.